Hi, it's Chalora here, live at the Convention Center, and I'm so excited to show you the best of PAX West.
My name is Chase. Do you want to look at the camera or look at you? What's the... Anything way, okay. My name is Chase, and I run a company called IQ Pictures. And this is our project, The World of Kylia. It's a sci-fi fantasy world where we essentially developed a animation, which is playing in the background, which is part of a TV show that I've been working on for the last, 3 years. And then we have a comic book and a card game, which we take to conventions and meet new players and talk about world building and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about the comic.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was going to be a show.
Yes. That has been, I went to film school, so that's kind of like my background in storytelling. I really wanted to, since I was young, originally I wanted to remake Dune, and then they did, and it's amazing. So I don't need to do that anymore, right?
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and I had this idea for a long time of this sci-fi fantasy world. And then I decided, again, couldn't make movies in Hollywood anymore. I was down in LA at the time. So I wanted to turn to my passion project and see if I could make that a reality. And then got closer and closer. And then I have a lot of interests. Grew up reading comic books, grew up watching anime. And then I realized at a certain point, I can just make it if I try hard enough. And then have been forcing it to happen ever since. So yeah, making the dream come true. Yes, literally, yeah.
I really want to know about the art that we can see here on the mat.
Yes.
And the artists as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So when we originally started in COVID, it all started with me and my friend Gavin. He was a writer at my college. And then slowly but surely, we started posting stuff online just to see if people would be interested in the world we were building. And then our idea was we needed artists, so we did an art competition. And the idea was we were basically using it as an application window of let's see who's available to us. And then Colin, who ended up doing this illustration, ended up winning the competition, and he was super interested in the project, and I was like, dude, I would love to work with you. He's like, I just graduated, maybe in a little bit I'd be down to join the team, and I'm like, we would love to have you. I thought he graduated college with us. He graduated high school, so he was 17, turning 18.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, dude, you're incredible.
Get that job out the gate.
Yeah, no, literally, he did 1 year of college, dropped out, and just works with us now. He ended up just moving up here from California also.
Okay, cool.
But phenomenal artists. And then on our first set, which was 85 total cards, we had 9 total artists from all over the U.S. We also had Dimitra, who did this illustration. She lives in Greece. And again, we were broke. We basically were like, hey, if we all grit and just make it happen, bare our teeth, we can make this a real life thing. So I was really lucky to work with, again, 9 phenomenal artists, and they helped bring our first set into existence. And then after we all saw the trajectory of the project becoming more and more sustainable for us, we ended up expanding the team to 30 artists.
Oh, that's great.
We had 30 artists from all over the world. Again, Croatia, one of our artists I had mentioned earlier is coming. She flew in last week and has just been hanging out with us and stuff. So meeting artists, again, is my favorite part of the process. I just, it's like Christmas every day. I get new artwork. I'm so excited.
Gush over a little bit.
Literally, yeah. It's awesome.
I love that because it's more community focused.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, we've had fans turn into art directors. We've had everyone you see at the booth at one point was a player of the game or saw us on social media and now has joined us and goes to events with us and stuff like that. So it's very community based.
Do you have this isn't on my sheet?
Yeah.
But do you have maybe a process for artists who might be interested in doing art for your cards?
Yes. So we have a online email that people can send a contact form through, and then again we regularly will do art competitions. So I did a demo day at Zulu's Games, which is in Linwood, and I met an artist. He was like, I'm in college, I would love to work on the project. And I was telling him about the art competitions we do. And it's the same process where we just like to see what people will do with our art style.
Right.
And then ask them to join the project, and give them contracted work. Because again, why reach out to some random person, and try to convince them to like the project if I have talented people in the community already? I'd rather hire from from inside. So
yeah. And they don't just drop it into a Google
Drive.
And
and there's some people that just do not care. And again, I understand. I did a lot of commercial work for 3D animation as well as live action, and when you don't care, it is really hard to get that extra effort out of some people. But again, I've had artists that would do we had a card that was super simple. The concept was basically just a basic knife, and the artist was like, listen, I love the concept, drew this badass warrior Amazon chick jumping through the leaves, and it's the coolest card we have, and it was the simplest prompt. It was bone knife, and she was like, I'm going all out on this card. But again, that's what you get when you work with really talented people and that are passionate about what they're doing. So,
I love that. Go above and beyond.
Yes, 100%. And again, I feel bad because you don't want to like expect that from everyone, right? And you don't want every single card to be that above and beyond. But when you see that extra effort, you remember those stories, and it comes out when the players see the cards.
It makes a difference.
100%.
When people look
Yeah.
at the card and they read the name.
Yes. Yeah.
It makes a difference.
Yeah.
Is it Kylia or Kylia?
Kylia. Yeah.
Kylia.
Kylia.
So a mix of those.
Yes. Yeah.
Is the world of Kylia connected through like the comic, the cards, and the show?
Yes.
Okay.
So the idea is that the project is just a backdrop that we can tell stories in. So the same rules that apply in the card game while you're building decks, while you're making characters, apply to every character that I'm telling in animation and stuff. So one of the cards in set 1 was called Fisk and Blade, and that is used by a character in the animation. So that's like his main sword he uses. Raiju is one of the abilities he uses, and it's also like our Charizard, like the coolest card in set 1. So everything is super related. And then the comic is kind of like our manga story where it's like telling you the kind of like rise of a group of people, and then you get to follow them as they like grow in the world and learn about the lore and stuff.
Yeah,
So.
it gives you like a purpose into liking what's on the card.
100%, and it all links, right? You have people that just play the card game that will see something, and then they watch the animation, and now they're more interested. And then the same is the true for the opposite, where they watch the animation through TikTok tutorials or whatever, and then end up loving a certain part of it, and then they'll build their whole deck around that idea. So.
And that's where the memes come from.
Yes, exactly. We
Yeah.
have so many memes from that. Yeah.
Good.
So that's awesome.
I had a question, I lost it.
Yeah.
Tell me about the different kinds of cards, so like rare to like common.
Sure, yeah. So we have 4 rarities. Again, the idea is that with all cards, as they get more powerful, they'll jump in rarity. We have common, uncommon, rare, and legendary. Legendaries are typically the build-around cards that you're kind of building towards. And then we also do 3 different print runs. So we'll do common cards, which are just like regular printings. And then 1 in every pack will be the holo rarity. And then 1 will be the theme, which are like the collectible cards. So we have a little bit of mix where you're going to have like super nice printing on like a common card, which are easier to get, or like super nice printing on a legendary card, which are like when I get it, I'm going to make my entire deck and personality based on this card.
Yeah. Is there like a variable of more than 1 rare or foil card, or is it just 1 in every pack?
So in our Prime Edition cards, you get 6 out of 7 packs will have a regular holo, and then 1 out of 7 will have the theme holo, which are like the gold border ones.
Oh, okay.
And then you roughly get like 4 to 5 per box when you buy a booster box.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
I'm kind of curious what kind of story are you telling through the comics and the show? Or
Sure.
if there's a different.
Sure, yeah. So the show is an anthology series. So the idea is that there is a first show that I'm animating, which every story is like kind of its own thing. So the first episode is called Null Driver. It's about a pilot who's stole an artifact and is trying to run it to the people who paid for him to steal it. And it's about a friendship dynamic between the pilot and his co-pilot, who's a golem. So it's like a robot and like kind of the hotshot pilot, kind of like nagging each other back and forth as they try to like outrun, this like villain.
Yeah, little Han Solo. And Chewie.
It's 100% Han Solo and Chewie. But again, I love Star Wars. I love that dynamic. So that was kind of the first story we wanted to tell. And then every episode will kind of be like a different part of Kylia. And we kind of jump around both in time and also in location. So each place in Kylia is extremely isolated. Think of like Attack on Titan, where everyone kind of lives in these walled-off cities.
Okay.
So each culture is extremely different from each other. So we get to kind of tell multiple stories there.
Yeah.
And then with our main storyline, it's about a band of heroes that are kind of like trying to form a family unit, protect each other, and then make money by doing bounty hunting missions. So think like Cowboy Bebop aesthetic, right? It's kind of like Monster of the Week kind of, aesthetic. So yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I love Cowboy Bebop. So
me
good.
too. He also loves Cowboy Bebop.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Could talk about it all day.
Where can people watch it, or is it not?
Yeah, it's not out yet. I'm still animating, running a company, and making a card
Yeah.
game and animating. It's very hard to get motivation to do all 3 at the same time.
Carpal tunnel.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. My eyes can only look at a computer so long, and then I still game, so it's like I'm going blind. So
You're gonna need a brooder mask.
yes, yeah, I know.
Do
It's
you know
really
what that is? I
bad.
don't know.
No, I have like my eyes will get so bloodshot though, and then I like come out and everyone's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I haven't looked away from the computer in like 12 hours."
Brooder mask is like a bag of beans that
Oh,
you put on your eyes.
is it one of those like cold things that
No,
you
it's
like
hot.
freeze? Oh, hot.
You put it in the
Interesting.
microwave for like 30 seconds, and you put it on your
And it
eyes.
increase like blood flow or something? Or
Yeah,
what does it
it's
do?
kind of like massaging the muscle.
Oh,
And
no,
then,
I need to look into it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so you kind of cry a little. It like reactivates your tear ducts and like. Yeah.
All right, well, I need to look into this immediately.
It's only like $20 on
All right,
Amazon.
awesome, yeah. Because I'm going through eye
Amazon,
drops right
but-
now, so
Yeah.
fast. I mean,
It's not as good, maybe.
Yeah.
I also wanted to know because I saw online
Mhm.
that your card game is between 2 to 6 players.
Yes.
How does that work?
Yeah, so we have a multitude of formats. The most common in most games is just 1v1, which we call duel. Then there's tag team, which is a 2v2 format. So you can cast spells that would target a player on your ally. So you can like buff them up or heal them,
Right.
that kind of stuff. And then also you guys can occupy different roles within combat. So one could be the tank, who's absorbing damage from the enemy, and then one could be like the spellcaster, who's like, kind of a glass cannon and
Yeah.
can do more damage, but can't live as long.
Yeah.
And then we have 3v3, same thing, amplified, more players.
That's kinda cool.
Battle Royale, 100%. And then the mode that this table is set up for, which we're doing later, is our PvE mode, which is like an RPG. So you have like kind of world building, kind of lore elements. You run through some scenarios, and then at the end of it, you fight a boss monster, and then your
cute.
goal is to kind of figure it out. And that's typically either 3 players, so it'd be like the boss DM, and then like 2 players, or 4 players, where it's 3 players against the boss.
So
So
there's like a co-op mode.
yes, PvE co-op mode, which
I
is
love that.
really fun because no one feels bad, right? The
Yeah.
DM loves DMing, so if they lose, they don't care, and the players like the challenge. So it's like the best feels good for everyone. I really like that mode.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think of Kinfire.
Oh, I haven't heard
I
that
don't know if
one.
you heard that one.
Kinfire. Is that another trading card game or?
Sort of.
RPG kinda?
It's like a big box,
Ah.
and it's like doing Dungeons and Dragons, but the DM is like the book,
Oh, interesting.
and you have cards, and you like have to sort like swap them out.
Oh,
and stuff like
interesting.
that.
I didn't look at that.
It's
Okay.
kind of nice.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like the DM is the book.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Sorry, just 1 second.
Yeah, no, read the questions. You're chilling.
Okay. How for people at home who like obviously are gonna look at the B-roll and
Sure.
stuff like
100%.
that, explain how like the cards work together.
Yes. So one of the things about our game is that technically this game started with just a single D20. So you could play this game at home right now with the core rules just with a single dice. The cards are kind of how you separate your character and allow you to kind of modify those dice in interesting ways. So our game uses a matching mechanic like Go Fish. So when you play a card, instead of it being like an individual unit, it is essentially a skill, weapon, or ability that comes down in a card stack. So if you have like a 2-cost card, you play 2 matching cards on top of each other. And then depending on the card type, you'll either burn that card to gain an ability, which would be like getting rid of one or both cards, or you'll like activate it by turning it sideways. So if I want to like swing my sword, I would activate that. But if I want to like dash to get faster, that's something that I would like burn to
Right.
get away. So the game is all about kind of like, again, making a character, maximizing specific roles, and then learning how to like get away from the ones you're not as good at. So, and then a little bit of randomness.
Yeah.
Roll a 20, and then you're like, I'm better than you because I crit. So
I
I
rolled
clearly planned this. You
a
know
math
what I
roll.
mean? Yeah.
And there's like 6 or 7 factions.
Yes. So the world, and this goes again to like all the other projects we do. There's 7 different types of magic that you can learn in Kylia. Think about it similar to Warhammer-ish, where once you pick one, that is like your thing. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender, you can't be a firebender unless I guess you're the Avatar, which we do not have.
Yeah.
But if you pick fire, like you are fire, like that is your thing. For us, we have 7, so we have Interitus, which is like a mission base, so that's more like Avatar, air, wind, fire, water, just shooting things out. Presidium, which is all about telekinesis and kind of like controlling inanimate objects around you. Perfectus, which is about controlling plant life, organic matter, kind of like healing, that kind of stuff. Calidus, which is transmutation, so just changing things to different forms. Concilium, which is mind control. Divinus, which is divination, so being able to see into the future and then kind of like react accordingly. And then Inspirante, which is about soul manipulation, so kind of like taking your essence and putting it in different like kind of carriers and controlling animals, kind of like do your bidding and stuff like that.
Right.
So each one of them kind of has their own drawbacks and specific things they're better at than others.
Yeah. But you can't mix and match.
You cannot mix and match, but because of the team building,
Yeah.
you can. So
That's
I
how
can
you
run
mix
like
and
a bard where I'm like amplifying your attacks,
Right.
and then you can run like a tank where you're like using the battlefield to like control roles and stuff like
Everybody kills the support
that.
first.
Yes, 100%. No, we in our original format we had a free attack, so you could just attack whoever. And the problem was that the support was who can kill the support fastest, and then how long does it take you to kill the other player?
Yeah.
So we ended up having a token system. So when you play cards, you flip a token over. And if you don't play cards, you don't flip that over, which means you can't be attacked. So the support can play a couple cards out early, then buff everyone, and then they're not getting like killed immediately.
And just sit there and watch.
Yeah. It was rough because no one. I want to minimize downtime in the game because I know how frustrating it is in like a game of Commander or whatever, where when you die, you just kind of have to like go on your phone for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So in our battle royale format, which is the kind of like 4v or 1v1v1v1, as soon as one player dies, the round ends, and then whoever has the most health wins the game. That way, again, you can like shuffle up, play a new one instead of having to wait and just say like, okay, in 20 minutes I can have fun again. You know.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, try to maximize fun as much as I
Let
can.
everybody sit over here.
Yeah, do nothing.
Drink my drink.
Yeah.
Snack on my snacks.
Yeah. Which, if you like that, sure, you know, you can do that. Be
I'm sure
the
there's a way
DM
to set
or
that
something.
up.
Yeah.
But I guess lastly,
Yeah.
What are you working on next, and
Sure.
where can people find all the products?
Yes, so if you go to worldofkylia.com, that's the best way to find us. We have a Discord channel, which we give a lot of updates, and then our main social medias are like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all same name, World of Kylia. If you want to follow the card game specifically, it's called Hadrai'da Ascendant, and then I'll link to the World of Kylia as well. And then up next, we are going to a couple other conventions, meeting new people, and then our set 2 comes out at the end of next month. So it's kind of our next world building project. As the set will exist and people will fight in tournaments, they'll be able to kind of like delegate points to factions, and then those factions will kind of like ramp up. And the idea is that at the end of the event, one of the factions will win essentially the artifact, and that will kind of change Kylian history because they've got this like giant robot essentially, and will forever change the course of history. So, yeah.
So people need to get their set 1 so they can
They
determine
need
what
to-
happens
yes,
next.
100%.
It's a little bit of choose your own adventure.
Yeah, it's choose your own adventure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, bye shit.
That's a great. Yeah, I love that. You're welcome back on set 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Bye, shit. It's
Thank
great.
you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.